Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit.
Today I'm making shrimp egg Foo Young. Egg Foo Young is probably one of my favorite Chinese foods of all time, next to the other 5 favorites of all time. Egg Foo Young is usually deep fried in American Chinese restaurants and very greasy, but the way I'm making it today is healthier, less expensive, and definitely more delicious than your local carryout. It's really easy to make, so let's get started. In a large bowl, combine eggs, granulated garlic, soy sauce, and white pepper. And then give them a good mix until everything's well combined. Or you can whip them like they stole your lunch money. It's up to you. You can find a full printable copy of this recipe and many more at thewolfpit.com. And now add chopped mushrooms, frozen peas and carrots, chopped onion, bean sprouts, and I had no choice but to use canned bean sprouts, which ended up not being too bad, but fresh is always better. And some peeled and deveined shrimp. And the store called these medium shrimp, but they're small to me. Now give it all a good mix until everything's well combined. Now in a medium non-stick skillet over medium-low heat, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of vegetable oil. And now I'm going to add the mixture 1 cup at a time. If you want them smaller, use a half cup. And I didn't get enough shrimp in that scoop, so I'm going to add a couple more. Now I like to take my spatula and push the eggs into the filling. That way each bite has shrimp and vegetables and not just egg. And then let it cook over medium-low heat for 3 minutes. While the eggs are cooking, let's make our brown gravy. In a medium skillet over medium heat, add chicken broth, soy sauce, and oyster sauce. Give it a good mix and bring it up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, add a little bit of cornstarch slurry to thicken, which is equal parts cornstarch and cold water. Give it a good mix and it will immediately thicken. And then remove it from the heat and cover to keep warm. And now after 3 minutes, flip the omelet. And since I'm using shrimp, I did not pre-cook them because shrimp literally only take a couple minutes to cook. And to me, there's nothing worse than an overcooked shrimp. So I would definitely recommend cooking them raw with the eggs and not pre-cooking them or using pre-cooked shrimp.
If you want to see how to make chicken egg Foo Young, stay to the end of this video and I'll show you how to make chicken egg Foo Young. I'll also be using fresh bean sprouts versus canned bean sprouts.
Now let the omelet go for 3 more minutes. After 6 minutes total, it's done. Now let's make one more really quick. The pan is still on medium-low and I'm going to add a little bit of vegetable oil, followed by 1 cup of our eggs, shrimp, and vegetables. Push all of the excess egg into the filling and then let it cook for 3 minutes. Then after 3 minutes, give it a flip. And then let it go for 3 more minutes, 6 minutes total. And then continue this process until all of your omelets are made. This batch made 4 omelets this size. And there you have it, shrimp egg Foo Young. Serve it by itself or over white rice and then top it with plenty of the silky smooth brown gravy. Like I said in the beginning, this egg Foo Young is better, healthier, and less expensive than your local Chinese restaurant. So the next time you want egg Foo Young, make it at home.
Egg Foo Young is a great recipe to use leftover meats and vegetables. There's no right or wrong way to make egg Foo Young. Put in it what you like to eat. Hey, tonight we're going to make some chicken egg Foo Young. Right here we have about 2 pounds of chopped up boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm using light soy sauce. If you want to use regular soy sauce, it's fine. About a teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. About 3 tablespoons of Chinese cooking wine, Shaoxing cooking wine. Now we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. We're going to give this mix with our hands. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add about a tablespoon of oil to our wok here. We're going to get our chicken stir fried here in a couple small batches. Alright, it's about 3 to 4 minutes. This chicken is done. Go ahead and take this out, add the rest in, and get it stir fried up. Alright, we have 1 cup of frozen peas and carrots, 1 cup of bean sprouts, 1 cup of chopped up mushrooms, 1 cup of yellow onion. So we're going to add probably about 2 cups of chicken to this. And we're going to add about a tablespoon of granulated garlic. About a tablespoon of black pepper. Tablespoon of light soy sauce. Now we're going to add 16 large eggs. Alright, after we've added all our 16 eggs, we're going to go ahead and mix this up, and we're going to use our hands for this. Alright, our egg, vegetable, and meat mixture is all done. So we're going to go ahead and begin to ladle this into a pan and make our egg foo young pancakes. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and try to keep this a little on the lighter side. And we're going to use a non-stick skillet. You can use a wok if you like, or you can use a cast iron pan, what have you. But we're going to add about a teaspoon of oil to this non-stick pan. Alright, you want to keep your heat on medium. If you go too high, your eggs are going to brown and burn. Alright, so we're going to use 1 cup measurements at a time per pancake. And we're going to let these cook for about 3 minutes on each side. Alright, after 3 minutes, we're going to go ahead and give this a flip. And we're going to let this go for probably about 2 more minutes on this side. Probably don't need a full 3 minutes. Alright, our pancake is done. We're going to go ahead and pull this out. Now we're going to continue this process until all of our egg foo young batter is done. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make our gravy for our egg foo young. We have about 4 cups of chicken broth. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce to that. Now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. We're going to bring this up to a boil, and once it comes up to a boil, we're going to add our cornstarch slurry to thicken it up. And that's all there is to making a gravy. Alright, once the chicken broth, our oyster sauce, and soy sauce come up to a boil, we're going to add a half a cup of cornstarch slurry to this. Once that comes back up to a boil, our gravy is done. And it's time to eat. See how instantaneously that thickens up. Now you have a nice, rich, thick gravy for your egg foo young. Alright, our egg foo young's done. Now I got 2 pancakes on here, so I'm going to go ahead and ladle some of our gravy on top of that. Take 1 more scoop. Alright, there you have it. Chicken egg foo young. So let's get our chopsticks and rip into one of these and see how it turned out. Let's just break one of these apart in the middle so you guys can see how full of meat and vegetables this is. Look at that. Beautiful. There you go. Chicken egg foo young. Vegetables are perfect. They still got just a little bit of a crunch to them without having that bite from the raw onion. The onions had time to sweeten down just a little bit. The peas and carrots are tender. The onion's tender. It's sweet. The gravy is great. The chicken is really good. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.